This is a very powerful set of letters that describes Christ, for sure, on the cross in extremis, in an extremely difficult situation at the point of death, coming from Latin word for extremis, the outermost. But you see how I am is at the dead center. And remember, Jesus, the I am, was on the center cross in between heaven and earth and between two others, and he is the intermediary between God and man. So there's I am 23 at the center of this word between, and the rest equals great, so that between equals Jesus, equals great I am. But the I am is at the dead center, the famous W. But that's exactly what we see here, okay, because Jesus on the cross was in an extremely difficult situation, i.e. at the point of death, okay? But look at these letters. There's your I am, obviously the word in, but extremis, there's your RE, there's your 23 at the dead center. Okay. Flawlessly, it's pairwise threes just flanking that, and I kind of drew that in already. The TM makes 33. So you have the I am at the dead center of extremis. That is flanked in another 33, okay, which equals all man equals the. And then that is flanked in 24 divided by 3. Overall, that is 90 points flanking this dead center 23, this I am, extremis, in extremis, okay, Christ, the great I am, okay, on the cross, victorious forevermore, but, and then, so amazingly you go to, so go to in extremis, the Latin word for extreme, and you see that RE again, whether you spell it miss or mus, okay, extremis, outermost. So a very, very satisfying, very exact set of letters for the great I am Jesus, who died on the center of cross between heaven and earth, and in the middle of it all, he is forever and ever and ever and ever, and he always has been, God Almighty. Okay. Infallible, incapable of being wrong. That's Jesus. Infallible, never failing, always effective. Jesus never once failed. Infallible, cures. Incapable of making mistakes. This is such a great word for God. So, well, you can pull off a lot of cool stuff if you slow down, as always. Let's try and shoot for some 23s here. So there's the B-I-B-L-E at the center of Bible, that Ibel, 23, I am. And then an E and an L and an F is another I am. So we got the three 23s. Amazingly, tidally, you get 12, 12, 12 from what's left over. A nice 36 on top of this pair of I ams. But if you go ELF, you get 23, 23, 23, and a bonus 13. Which is 46, a double of I am minus 33. So there's a lot of very nice stuff in there. I always like going to the center. What's the dead center of infallible? The pair of L's, 12, so 24, then you hit 34. Then you add 8 to that, then you make 42. So you really do have the 3's at center 42. Plus God, 26. 42. There's your love. In fact, this whole thing begins with Christ. I am love. Almost. No, not quite. Very close, though. It's either Christ or Jesus. So the root, because then you have infallibly and infallibilities. So I see from these letters this root at the front. Let's walk through this. What is this? So this was 33. The I am 33 plus 3, 36. Then you had 48. It's great. Okay, so this is Jesus at the front here. 74, Gematria, great I am. Okay. So that's what I see in these letters of infallible, great I am, Jesus. Well, that was nice. And then, like I said, you can take those letters up until the L, and then those exist here, and infallibly. Disturbingly, infallibly hits 99 perfectly then, but you see how it all begins with Jesus. This 74, which equals Gematria, great I am. And it started with I am. And, or, oh my gosh, it's great I am in order. Because look, it started with 23 and it ended in 23. And that's a big revelation. You know, the Bible is the infallible truth, right? And I woke up one morning with that revelation that I am is at the center of Bible. That's 23 at the dead center of Bible. Well, now those letters are on the end of this infallible. So that means the front is great, 51, and this is I am at the back. So in order, infallible is great I am. Done. We had that word we had the word ingest. We are ingesting truth right now. We are ingesting words that belong to Christ. We can also ingest food, okay? Ingest equals great I am. But there you go. Infallible. Jesus is infallible. And he is infallibly infallible, incapable of making mistakes or being wrong. Never tell Jesus that he's wrong. He's always right. I love words like this. Like, aren't you glad that there's someone who is always, like, never wrong? Okay, so in order, so great I am and infallible. Now you can compare these letters to great. I mean, there's 5 of them. I know there's one more. I can see a G, an FA, and then some other similarities. This IN equals to RE, of course. Did I get that? 23, 24? No, 24 plus 24. No, sorry, that's a bit off. Wait a second. 24